I know so little as a person with multiple identities. Here in this video, I hope to reflect upon my experiences in Arizona and Mexico and how that has really redefined my identity as an immigrant here in the United States. One of the first activity that really changed me was experiencing what it was like walking across the borderland as a migrant. Hiking under the scorching sun with little water, food, protection, and shelter proved to be a daunting experience and one that takes incredible strength to make on your own, not because you want to, but because you have to. Of the many things that you encounter, thirst, hunger, shade, and even life becomes scarce. The borderland has taken many innocent lives that were perhaps unborn and yet to live a single day. Looking at this, the only thing that divides us is the so-called border. It is quick to differentiate us and divisive in all of its ways, othering one. The wall itself is made of metal, and that is the only thing that is keeping us together. While the wall is built with the intention of keeping people out, the messages are clear that regardless of who you are, you and I belong together, and that we should not let this wall separate us, allowing me to really reflect on my own experiences of my journey here to the United States many years ago. These messages remind me of my very first time that I visited Washington, D.C., sitting in front of the White House with Grace, thinking about how beautiful the Capitol is, for that it stands for everything I believe in. Especially having my voice heard by people who can make changes that positively impact who I am. I thought for sure I could dream. But the reality is, not everyone can dream, and not all are welcome into this land of the free, land of the American dream. In times like these, I am often reminded of how different I am, of how different we are. It didn't take long for me to realize that even though I am a United States citizen, I am still, in the eyes of many, an immigrant, a refugee, an outsider, just by the look of my skin, the way I talk, my eyes, my mother's hair, my father's smile, my mother's skin. I will never be American. In Arizona and Mexico, seeing the names and the faces of those individuals who crossed the border, trekking through the borderland, facing hardships, risking their lives, sweat, blood, tears, just for a chance to live, brought me to tears, because they could have been me, they could have been my father, my mother, my brother, my niece, my nephew. We are no different. I end my reflection thinking back to the death of Jocelyn. Like Jocelyn, many have made the journey across the borderland in search of a better life and the opportunity to do so for their kids. I may not be under the Arizonian sky anymore, but here in Minnesota, I'm left wondering about my responsibility as a Minnesotan and to the immigrants and individuals who are impacted by the political stance. From here, I have a responsibility to be an agent of change, one in which I can make a difference in the lives of immigrants, refugees, migrants, anyone who has ever felt that they did not belong here. Thinking about my experience in Arizona and Mexico, I am reminded of the Chinese Exclusion Act, in which, when you look at this situation, is going to be repeated and will discriminate against certain groups of people. As a person of color, as an immigrant, as a person who sought refuge with my family, I too hope that you all watching and listening to my digital story will be inspired to act against these policies and really become agents of change